Hey everybody, it's the Trout, and welcome to another episode of the Trout Show. Thank you so much for stopping by. You know, several months ago, I heard from an artist, a country artist, that said he was coming to Texas to do a gig, and then he was going to travel up to Nashville to record some tunes that he'd written. Hadn't heard from him for a while, and then a year later, he contacted me and said, "Hey, I got the tunes ready. Tell me what you think." Well, I said, "Well, these are really good." Now, under normal circumstances, you probably go, "What's the big deal? There's a lot of artists that go to Nashville." Well, not with this guy. This guy lives in Norway. His name is Olav Tofte. And Olav, I got to know him last year when I interviewed him, and he sent me the new tune called Modern World, and I just thought it was very interesting. A guy that lives in Norway is releasing country music. That's right, country music in the United States. He's pretty well known pretty much everywhere. Him and his family travel to play in different parts of Norway and Europe. But he blessed me with another short interview to talk about this song and what it means to him and how he came about writing the tune and all that great stuff about it. So I think it's fun to listen to new music all the time, especially a country artist out of Norway. So sit back, enjoy, or watch or listen to this next episode with the country artist Olav Tofte from Norway, laying it down on a new tune called Modern World. That's next on The Trout Show.
All others will post or spam.
A little less than a year ago, you were in the States coming to perform over in Marshall, Texas, and you had told me that I remember you telling me, you said, "We're going to Nashville." You had, how many tunes did you take to record when you originally went? Because you only had like a day or something like that in the studio.
Yeah, we did just the same as the first time we recorded there. Toril and I was singing and playing guitar into the iPhone, and I sent it to Eric. That's the name of our guy over there.
Okay.
And I wrote him what I wanted on all the songs. And I pretty much made the arrangements, but I said, if any of the guys want to try to put in something else, or feel free.
Sure.
So they do record 3 songs in half a day. And then I almost started to cry the first time because I thought I was going to be in the studio for a day or two the first time, but now I knew. So when the music was recorded, Toril and I recorded the lead vocals at the producer's home studio. And we did no backup vocals at all there. We did that back home with our oldest daughter. Then we would get our vocals as it sounds when we do play.
Yeah, because I knew your daughter couldn't be there. I knew that. So
No,
you added the harmonies when you got back.
yeah,
Okay.
and shipped it over, and a few weeks later we got the songs as we would have them.
So I have to ask you this because being where you are in the world,
Mm.
what do people say okay, when people listen to music, what's the most popular music there where you live? I mean, is it pop music? What do they listen? I mean, you're obviously, that's not really a country tune, but you're considered a country artist. What do they listen to where you are? Is it just what everybody else is doing?
Uh, well, the young people are listening to like the young artists, and country music like in the 60s and early 70s have
Hmm.
become very popular in Norway actually. So there
Oh,
are
wow.
some young people that go to Nashville and record, and they do it pretty good here in Norway because they're young. And then you have these like party bands that play all the songs that people know and can sing.
Oh,
So when they can
we call
drink
them cover
and
bands. Cover
yeah,
bands.
cover bands,
Cover,
and
yeah.
they can sing and drink beer, that's very popular. And I'm
Okay.
doing my thing, and we're more popular in the US than in Norway.
What is the old saying? You're never a prophet in
Yeah.
your own land,
No.
and it's, well, I think to a certain extent, it's part of it for me, I think, is it's the uniqueness of you being in Norway and being a country artist.
Mm.
Okay. So you live in Norway, so it doesn't mean that much to them. And
No.
so when you come over here and they go, well, where is he from? Well, he's
Mm.
Norwegian. What? Where's that?
Mm. Yeah.
Country. Next to
Yeah.
Finland, kind of up there where it's cold all the time.
Yeah.
Um, so I think that's probably why. But
Mm.
so tell me a little bit. I mean, obviously I've listened to the song more than one time and listened to the lyrics. What was the impetus? Did you just come up with the idea one day and just kind of put the words down? I never asked you before. I mean, how do you typically write a song? Is that, do you get the music part, or you had tell me a little bit of how your songwriting goes.
98%. I sit down with a guitar, and sometimes, not every time, something comes out, pops up,
Mm.
and I record it now on my smartphone. So otherwise, I'll forget it. And
I've done that.
yeah, after a while, I listen to what I've been recording, and if I think it's something that might be something we could use, I'll start to write the lyrics. But this song here was actually, I wrote it for, when Toril has been sick for quite a while, and
Hmm.
I joined some other um, older gentlemen like myself in a band playing more rock and roll songs.
Right.
I wrote actually this song for that band, but I wanted to record it myself and do it with the Tofte Family band.
Well, I think the funny thing about it is the fact that the message in there.
Hmm.
I mean, it doesn't take very long to figure out what your message is. I
No.
mean, obviously the name Modern World is kind of tells you too, but so when you went to Nashville to record it. The
Hmm.
guys already had it, and they already had it, so they knew what you just basically sat down and said, "Here's what I want to do,"
Hmm.
and then of course they had the professionals come in, and since it's what key is it in? I didn't even play it. I could have played it in a minute. Do you remember what
It's
key is it?
A.
It's A.
A. Hmm.
So it's kind of a rocky tune, key of A, blues tune, 145 thing or something like that probably, and
Hmm.
that's right. That's right in my wheelhouse. So as soon
Hmm.
as I heard it, I went, "Oh, I like this," because that's kind of it's the kind of thing that people like,
Hmm.
because it's simple. It's I had this told to me years ago. You do the easy stuff for the crowd and the hard stuff for you, because
Yeah.
they don't know. People don't play an instrument don't care if a C chord, they don't know how hard a C chord is to play.
No.
They don't know, or how about how a lead break goes. They can just look at your fingers. Oh, look, he's going up and down the neck. But they don't, other than that, they don't know.
No, that's for
So,
sure.
and so when you play something with a kind of with a hook in it or a catchy tune, and I like your philosophy too, because the people that I deal with, and I've interviewed dozens of people, they tend to have a philosophy like yours is I do what I want to do. And they don't sit around and chase, well, they don't chase Spotify, they don't chase, they don't chase streams. Well, if they're good enough, they don't have to. They just get them anyway.
Yeah, that's for sure.
But that they have to continually put out new music because even though nobody buys records anymore, of course, vinyl is coming into play more, but they still have to put new stuff in. I
Hmm.
mean, I always go back to our buddies over there from what used to be Rolling Stones.
Hmm.
I mean,
Hmm.
they put that album out last year. They hadn't done anything for 18 years. Well, they don't have to. Their catalog's so big they could
Yeah.
play 3 hours and not run out of songs.
Yeah, yeah.
So you did three songs. Are they
Hmm.
all finished and mixed? All three of them? Or
Yeah,
just
yeah.
okay?
So we released one just before summer. It was called Faithful Forever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh, about both that I'm a bit old-fashioned as for couples. So one is a man and the other is a woman, and both are willing to be faithful forever. And there was a third verse, but the song was too long, where I wrote very directly that and if you got God on your side, he would be faithful forever too. So I
Right.
tried to put a bit on that in the refrain. So I've done that in, in 2014, 15, 16, 17. I felt very much for playing songs with strong Christian lyrics, like you almost do in a church.
Hmm.
But people don't want to listen to it. It's too direct. So now I put in like a couple of words that's feels right, or like a sentence or two, and I get away with it. Especially in America, I don't know how they take it
You
here, but
sneak it in. You sneak it in.
yeah.
So tell me what it's like over there to perform. The one thing I've learned about in certain countries, especially like I talk about the UK, they
Hmm.
do, and Europe's kind of like this. There are a lot of smaller venues,
Yeah.
and people get 300 people there. They think that's a pretty good deal. Um,
Hmm.
I mean, and I'm not saying because you play 300 people, that's still a pretty good crowd. It's not 3,000, but it's still a pretty good crowd. So what's it like where you live? Is it the same kind of thing where you have festivals or places you can play?
Yeah, we got like almost the whole range of places. There are some bars that are very popular, like in Nashville. Not big, but when there is a famous act, it's totally packed. So we have these. We play places like that from time to time. Uh, Not having a famous name, it's more like 70% full, not 100% full. And previously, we played most of the country festivals in Norway, where you have from 1 to 5,000 people.
Hmm.
And then you have some places in between, like yeah, places that are bigger than small bars,
Yeah,
like
and kind of in between, medium size.
larger
Yeah,
clubs, or
yeah.
yeah, how to put it?
We have a few of those here where it's not a bar, it's not a big place, but it'll hold 250, 300 people. It's kind of a mix where it's a stage and a bar, and people can play on it. So you're not because and a lot of people rent those out, I think, to do things, you
Mm.
know. When you do these things, what is your like when you put a song out or a few songs, what is your personal goal? You finish up and you go, I got Modern World out, I want people to listen to it. After that, what do you want people to do? What's your goal with it?
Well, I've always earlier been able to go out and play and do the songs live for people, and most of the time the response is good. And these days in Norway, things did change a lot during and after the pandemics.
Hmm.
So we now have like 6 concerts a year. That's not much, that's very little, but that's what I'm able to book myself. And
So give me a comparison before COVID. What was it like? Twice as many concerts, or what was it like?
yeah,
Yeah.
we could do like between 10 and 20 concerts a year.
Mm.
Still not so much, but when we were younger, the market was different. Then we played almost every weekend and sometimes weekdays too.
What do you attribute the? I mean, just people are not in business anymore. They don't have the money, or they don't have as many concerts or places to perform.
Yeah, some of the places have been shut down because they couldn't handle the bad economics.
Right.
And so that means the places that are still there, they prefer either the well-known artists
Mm.
or the cover bands that can help selling beer. So that
It's
means
all about the bar, and there's always about the yeah.
yeah. So that means I had to work hard, like contact 40, 50 places to get 4 or 5 gigs.
And what's the range? If you're playing at a pretty popular place,
Mm.
do they charge a cover to get in?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
And what would you say the top end, if you're playing at a place like that, what would they pay you if it's a better place? What would they normally pay you?
Well, not so much actually, because we have to pay for the PA system and the sound engineer. They are
Okay.
smart enough to do that. So
So they'll have their own PA, but they want you to pay for having okay, gotcha.
yes.
You're renting it,
And
so to
yeah, and then I have to pay for 3 good musicians, which means
I've heard this
uh,
story before, yeah.
yeah. So we do not get rich on those concerts. So we have this philosophy. If we manage to go break even, we take the gig
Yeah. There's nothing
because
wrong with that. Yeah, it's just
I love to
it's your
play.
time and you love to play,
Yeah.
and been interviewing a lot of people of the UK lately just because I have friends over there. But one of the gals, um, she's a singer. A friend of mine said, "Hey, why don't you go interview her?" And so I did. And I said, "Well, is it your band or is your name on it and it's your band?" She's like 20. She's young, less than 25, probably around 25. It's my band.
Hmm.
And I said, "Well, that's a whole different story when it's your band because they're doing this. She's doing the same thing you are.
Hmm. Yeah.
I got to pay them to show up,
Hmm.
and I may not make any money, but I'm still paying the performers to come in, and I'm telling them what to do. It's not like we're having a band where you kind of work together and we're going to get, no, it's just like you. It's
Yeah.
your band, and you got to hire the musicians,
Hmm.
and you know the going rate for that. And then it's like, and then you know what people probably would say to you? It's like, well, why do you do it? You don't
Yeah.
make any money.
But like there was one thing I have to add as for these gigs. We have 1 or 2 concerts a year that pays very well off. So that's when we, the family, get some money as well. Otherwise, it's mostly break even or we like have $50.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, all right.
But on these 1 or 2 larger gigs, we have I'll try to do a quick math here. 10,000. $100 is like, yeah, I'll say we will get 1,000 till $1,200.
That's good.
Said yes to my daughter because she is auditioning for the Norwegian Voice on
Ooh.
Saturday.
Ooh.
So we don't like have high hopes, but she wanted to try. The family was actually asked to
Try
to
out.
come. Yeah, but we couldn't do it because I was very shocked, but also very happy to get that
Oh yeah.
email. But when Toril was sick, we couldn't do it.
Yeah.
Thank you so
All right.
much.
Take care.
Stay
See ya.
safe.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye bye. Adios.
Hey, are you walking in your sleep? Living yourself a break.